This module of wireless microphone dressing is of great concern to production coordinators and stage managers, as they are directly impacted by the decision to use wireless microphones. The relationship between production coordinator and sound designer is very important from the very first moments of a production. We cannot emphasize how important it is for the sound designer and the production coordinator to be cooperating from the very first stages of a production. This is because the production coordinator is the first interface that a designer has with any theater company. The production coordinator organizes the budgets for all of the design departments, organizes the schedules for those departments, and the production coordinator provides most of the aid in interfacing with a freelance designer, such as building security, keys, and door codes to allow designers to come in and do their work, directions to the facility, directions through the facility. The production coordinator also provides blank stage plots so that the designers can begin their work. And the production coordinator also has a complete list of available equipment stock. When a theater company decides to use wireless microphones, the production coordinator needs to consider costs in three areas: the cost of personnel, the cost of wireless equipment, and the cost of batteries to power the transmitter packs. When calculating the cost of personnel, remember the cost of the crew for hanging and circuiting and the cost of a sound operator. In rental venues with a union crew, the short rehearsal time allowed in the space necessitates the need for 2 sound operators. The front-of-house operator actively mixes microphones during the show from an annotated script. He or she is off headset during the show, except for emergencies. The number 2 sound operator is on headset with the stage manager and takes cues for sound effects or repatching. In addition, when using wireless microphones, consider a microphone dresser. This is a person who is concerned with putting the microphones on the actors. Professional road companies have their actors dress their own microphones after having been instructed on how to do that by the sound designer, the costume designer, and the wig and makeup designer. However, local theater companies may not have enough time in the rehearsal process to allow that to happen, so a dedicated mic dresser is sometimes important, especially if you have 5 or more microphones. The production coordinator needs to consider the decision to rent or buy wireless equipment for their theater company. Depending on the care with which a wireless system is used, a system lasts about 8 plays before significant maintenance costs arise because of damage, wear, loss, or changes in the radio spectrum in your location, such as new mobile or broadcast communications. If you rent a wireless system, you rent wireless capability. You should develop a relationship with a vendor who can provide a system that sounds good, is in good repair, is hygienic, and is easy to use. The vendor takes responsibility for selecting the correct frequencies for your location and maintaining up-to-date equipment. If you buy equipment, you pay no rental charges, but you take on the maintenance and hygiene for that equipment. You should have a relationship with a repair facility technician who you trust. You will also take on the chance that your equipment will become obsolete because of unforeseen circumstances, such as improvements in technology or a changing radio spectrum for various users of radio frequencies. Theatrical wireless microphone frequencies are only loosely regulated by the Federal Communications Commission, and they are allocated to the same frequency bands as television stations, cellular phones, and other mobile communications. If your theater company produces more than 2 musical plays per season, consider purchasing at least some wireless gear. Besides being useful in the musicals, they are useful in straight dramatic plays, outreach presentations, and rentals to user groups. Batteries can be a sizable cost for wireless mics. VHF mic transmitters require a change of batteries every 8 to 10 hours. That means batteries must be changed every 2 services, meaning a performance or a rehearsal. UHF batteries must be changed every 4 to 5 hours, or every play or every rehearsal. Multiply the number of mic units in use times the number of performances or rehearsals to find out the number of batteries that you'll need for a production. The number of batteries adds up quickly. In the event of wireless equipment failure, production management safeguards the sound design in 2 ways. First, the production coordinator arranges for spare wireless equipment to be on hand before tech rehearsals begin. This means arranging for at least 1 extra wireless system in addition to those required for the production. For example, the 1996 Broadway Roadshow for Miss Saigon needed 27 wireless systems for the show, but they traveled with 35 systems. The extra 8 were spares. Arrange for your spare equipment before you need it. Second, the production coordinator arranges for the repair of failed equipment. It is a good policy to develop a relationship with 1 or more repair technicians who you trust. This means more than simply bringing equipment to a well-known repair facility. It means taking the time to talk to a particular repair technician. Asking for a tech by name can help with user questions about care and maintenance of sound equipment. In addition, that tech can help in tracking a repair problem which could impact a production schedule, such as shipping of parts from overseas. If there is a failure of rental equipment, the vendor should be contacted immediately so they can fix or replace the gear. Now, a quick word about calling cues to sound operators. Typically, professional sound operators do not accept cues from the stage manager during the show. They check in at the top of the show and intermission and in the event of an emergency. Other than that, they follow an annotated script and become an active participant on their own. This is because the operator is in the house with the audience. Their ears need to hear what the audience hears, and a headset prevents this. In rental venues with a union crew, the short rehearsal time allowed in the space necessitates the need for 2 sound operators. The front-of-house operator actively mixes microphones during the show from an annotated script. He or she is off headset except during emergencies. The number 2 sound operator is on headset with the stage manager and takes cues for sound effects or sound repatching. You are fortunate if your sound designer is able to run your show. If your sound designer is operating the performances, that operator is already very familiar with the show. The continuity between design and performance pays off during tech and dress rehearsals. If your sound designer cannot run the show, the designer will need to completely document the show to an operator. This includes the channel allocation and labeling of the sound mixer console, a wireless dressers list, sound effects cue sheets, and an annotated script with microphone fade-up, fade-out commands. A stage manager or assistant stage manager on the stage floor must have communications with the sound operator in case of mic emergencies during the show. The sound operator cannot get to the actors on stage during the show, so the stage manager or their assistant must be able to do rudimentary troubleshooting of wireless mic problems. The 3 things to check from the stage floor are, in order of importance, switch, cable, battery. Switch, cable, battery. First, the microphone transmitter switch. The primary cause of sound failure on an actor is simply that the switch is turned off. Actors should not have control of the switch during performances, as the actor's mic is controlled by the sound operator. Second, a good connection, at the jack, between the microphone cable and the transmitter pack. The connection must be tight and secure, and the mic cable and connecting jack cannot be broken or damaged. Third, a good battery, properly installed, making good connection. The battery may be bad either because it was not changed at the proper interval or because it was bad straight from a new package. Also, check that the battery is installed properly, with the positive and negative terminals lined up correctly. Remember, don't leave old batteries lying around. They can easily be installed in a transmitter pack by mistake. Dispose of batteries right away in proper trash or recycling. If the troubleshooting for switch, cable, battery doesn't solve the problem, you may need to transfer that actor to a spare transmitter pack. At that time, the sound operator will also have to switch to the spare receiver that matches that transmitter and change the labeling on the sound mixer console. The following movie shows this complete procedure.
Stage manager, this is sound. I don't have Jeff. I have no signal. I have nothing.
Jeff, come here. We need to check your sound. All right, Jeff, test.
Jeff, 1, 2, 3. Jeff, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, we're going to check your power switch. Okay, test again.
Jeff, 1, 2, 3. Jeff, 1, 2, 3.
I'm sorry, I still don't have him.
Okay, we're going to test your microphone cable. Okay, test again.
Jeff, 1, 2, 3. Jeff, 1, 2, 3.
Nuh-uh. I don't have him.
Nope, nothing. Okay, we're going to change your battery. Okay, test again.
Jeff, 1, 2, 3. Jeff, 1, 2, 3.
I'm going channel 9. We'll see how that works.
Okay, we're not getting anything. We're going to change transmitter. Okay, we want you to go to channel 9.
Okay, this is Jeff on channel 9. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Jeff on channel 9.
I have him.
Okay.
You okay?
And we've got it. Excellent. Go on.
Okay, so we're switching over to channel 9 on Jeff. Got it. Okay,